In all the years that I've spent online, never have I been a part of a community so bizarre yet so telling as the cringe community. What's up, witches? My name is Syzygy and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then hi, nice to have you here. Thanks for stopping by. I am totally amazing at keeping a consistent upload schedule. In reality, I noticed that I've gained over 100 new subscribers since my last video, which is really cool, by the way. Thank you guys so much. In the past month or so, I finished up with finals, wrote this script more than 2 weeks ago, and then promptly caught a cold that I'm still recovering from. So because I've been sick and my voice sounds even grosser than it usually does, I've definitely been slow on finishing this video. So for those of you that were really patient through all of this, thank you so much. I am so sorry about the wait. Today, I felt inclined to make a video about a problem that I've seen on YouTube a lot in the past few years, and that problem is, in fact, cringe culture. You might be thinking, well, Syzygy, hasn't cringe culture already kinda died? And yeah, you're kind of right for thinking that, but also kind of wrong. Cringe culture and cringe compilations have been around for a long time, but cringe compilations really rose to popularity in 2017, where they were pushing hundreds of thousands of views, and sometimes even millions. Essentially, cringe compilations are compilations of videos, generally posted by children, that the average Joe might find cringy or bad. Most of the videos usually have the common theme of being low quality and uncomfortable to sit through for one reason or another. In the case of most cringe comps, the original uploaders' names and channels were hidden, and there was often a disclaimer at the beginning not to harass or witch hunt anyone mentioned. Occasionally, the cringe comps would have some commentary, usually in the form of text on the screen that just insulted the quality of the video and sometimes the original uploader. Unfortunately, this style of video kept going strong for a whole couple of years before some people realized that, hey, maybe insulting a bunch of children online isn't really a mature thing to do. And shortly after that, this format of video fizzled out. This is not to say that there aren't still cringe compilations, because there very much is. The modern day compilations just don't get the same amount of traction that the old school ones did. Also, a lot of recent comps don't make fun of children as much as they used to. Like, most of the ones that I've seen in recent years are making fun of people that are actually doing bad things or are poking at middle-aged men on TikTok, which is kind of fair, not gonna lie. Now, as I mentioned in my opening statement, I was a part of this community. No, I didn't make cringy animation memes, thank the goddess, but I watched a lot of these cringe comps when I was a younger kid. Why? Well, the long and the short of it was because I was not confident in my artistic abilities and was embarrassed about my old interests, so seeing kids that made worse content than me made me feel better about my own lackluster skills. To be honest, watching cringe content definitely had an effect on my creative skills and what I was comfortable with sharing as a kid and, you know, my mentality about other people's work, so maybe I'll make a video about that sometime, but this is not the time or place. So, yep, the reason why I watched these compilations is kinda sad, but that was just the way I coped, I guess. Luckily, I never went out of my way to harass any of the original uploaders or leave any hateful or vitriolic comments anywhere, if my memory serves me correctly anyway, but I was certainly a toxic little shisa. It was probably in like 2018 that I realized that cringe content was just kind of uncool, and I left the community and never looked back. Shortly after, it sorta died, so you know. Well, we wish it died anyway, because it's back, stronger than ever, except this time it's under a new name. Commentary. Yep, just like the Alpha Sigma male community is just the pickup artist, bodybuilding, and homophobic communities all under a trench coat, cringe culture has wormed its way into the commentary community and hides behind the words constructive criticism like a shield. I've been a part of the commentary community for several years at this point. Commentary is probably my favorite genre of content on YouTube. YouTubers like The Right Opinion, Ponder Sprocket, Cecil McFly, and Your Movie Sucks have been some of my favorite YouTubers for multiple years. However, the underbelly of commentary is just thinly veiled insults simply hidden behind the guise of criticism. As an example, I want to use what inspired me to make this video. A bit ago, a YouTuber called Spoctor made a very good video about the hate that a particular YouTuber had been getting as of late. This is Jellybean, a 17-year-old Minecraft PNG YouTuber that makes short, easy-to-digest content for kids. Lately, they've been getting a lot of videos made about them, videos that I believe fall under the definition of cringe culture. Many of these videos point and laugh at Jellybean, insulting them and calling them pretty gross names for the ultimate crime of, in their opinions, being cringy or annoying. I just want to make it clear that I'm not against criticism-centered content. Hell, I just mentioned that YMS is one of my favorite YouTubers. I think criticism is important. Being critical of others, yourself, and even things that you like can bring about growth and positive change. Not only that, but pointing out toxic or dangerous behaviors in celebrities and big YouTubers can help warn potential victims before it's too late. However, what is being said about Jellybean and other creators like her is not criticism, it's an attack. An ad hominem, if you will. If you want to learn more about Jellybean and Minecraft PNG YouTuber content, then I recommend checking out the aforementioned Spoctor video that I will link in the description. Using Jellybean as a jumping off point, I want to make it clear that they're not the only one who has been in this situation or is in this situation currently. Other than the other Minecraft PNG YouTubers that are getting this similar treatment to Jellybean, the Storytime animation community is actually a very good example of this. I know that this is a slightly older and out-of-date example, but the mentality hasn't changed, so just bear with me. Just a couple of years back, there were a bunch of commentary YouTubers making incredibly inappropriate videos about people like Adam, James, Jaden, Speechy, Tim Tom, and more. I think the ones who bore the brunt of most of the quote-unquote criticism were Jaden and Speechy. Speechy, a girl who I believe had body image issues at the time, correct me if I'm wrong on that, had her weight and appearance insulted on a video critical of her. In the case of Jaden Animations, a YouTuber named Daft Pina made a particularly disgusting video where he alleged that her experience with bulimia was a lie or over-exaggerated. Then he proceeded to make a second video where he analyzed Jaden's music video about her bulimia and was also kind of a little shit there too. Side note, I know that Daft apologized for the first video, but the video where he insulted her music video is still up, and I have several reasons to doubt his sincerity, so take that as you will. If you want to go even further back in time, there was the whole Wolfie Chew controversy, where people were making videos critical of her because she had a high-pitched voice and made moe furry anime content. The common theme here is that none of these content creators got criticism proportional to their actual mistakes, if they even made any to begin with. None of these videos made content that was actively harmful to the younger audiences that watched their videos. None of these people made any condemnable mistakes that they hadn't already apologized for and admitted were mistakes. And yet, all of these people had videos made about them that painted them to be bad people because of what? The commentary community didn't like their content? It's just like cringe culture. You're picking people out of the crowd and dogging on them for no other reason than that you dislike them. The criticism that you're dishing out isn't constructive. You aren't giving any helpful tips on how they could improve, you're simply tearing them down and then getting salty when they choose not to dignify you with a response. And that, my friends, I feel is the biggest problem in the commentary community right now. Y'all are dishing out the same amount of hostility to random creators as you are actual predators. I would not at all be surprised to learn that Jaden Animations has received just as much, if not more, hate and vitriol than Cosmodor, even though their respective offenses are so disproportional that it's laughable. Criticism is like everything else in this world. It's not a black and white issue, it's bathed in differing shades of gray. Whether or not people deserve to be criticized is kind of subjective in this day and age. Some people may think that certain offenses are more important than others, while someone else may have the complete opposite opinion. In my humble opinion, the community should do away with this trend of picking on random-ass children because in your opinion their content is cringy. Jellybean does not deserve to have everything that they say and do put under a microscope, and this is coming from someone who is not a fan of their work. They're a whole-ass child who probably has no idea how to handle their success because, once again, they are a child. In conclusion, people really need to reevaluate why they're making videos on others, and if their reasons for doing so are really that important, or if they're just being petty. Cringe culture is still a problem, except maybe it's worse now than it was in 2017, because nowadays people's names aren't being hidden and the things said about them and their intentions are a whole lot worse than they used to be. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video, even if what I was saying was a bit all over the place, a little bit rambly, I know. I've just felt that this has been an issue for a long while and thought it appropriate to make a video on it sharing my thoughts. Whether or not you agree with my stance, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I'm always willing to consider others and their perspectives. Anyways, thanks for being here and making it through the video, even if you skipped through it a little bit. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like or even subscribe to become one of my familiars. I hope you have a nice rest of your day, and don't forget to stay magical.